What's up, you guys? Welcome to my channel. My name is Kathy. Let's do a little bit of an introduction to me since we've already done one video with the nails. They were all great. They lasted fantastically. Still have to take them off, but we'll worry about that later. I'll update that on TikTok on how the easy peel off base worked. Once again, my name is Kathy. I am 34 years old. I'm a mom of 6, 3 of which biologically are mine, 3 of which belong to my husband. But they are my babies, and I love them all as if they were my own. I was born in Chicago, Illinois. I moved to Las Vegas when my oldest was about 3 years old, and I lived there for about 10 years, and then I moved to the great state of Tennessee, which is where I am right now. I started dispatching in 2019, and I absolutely love the job. I just very recently became a CTO at work. That happened this week. I'm super fantastically happy and proud of myself with that one. I can't wait to have my first trainee. Hopefully, fingers crossed, that'll be happening very soon. I am going to actually be doing my makeup while I'm doing this video today because I've got, this is new to me. I've never used this before. This is Beauty Bakery, the Butter Hydra Silk Primer, and it's really cool. But I actually have an appointment to go to today that is going to be the start of a weight loss journey for me. But back to a little bit more about me, and we'll get down to that journey in a little bit later in the video. Like I said, I was born and raised in Chicago. I lived in Las Vegas for 10 years. I did security there. I worked with some absolutely amazing people, and if you're watching this, I love you all and miss you so very, very much. But while I was working security, I started dispatching for security, and that got me very, very what can I say, very passionate about dispatching, but I wanted to up the game a little bit. I wanted to see about doing it on a bigger scale, and I wanted to see about possibly getting into police work. Well, everybody knows what was going on in the country in 2019. It wasn't pretty. So actually getting into being an officer at the time was just something that I wasn't willing to take the risk on because of my children. So I decided instead to dispatch for police because that's just like the next best thing for me. My grandfather was a police officer, and I have a couple of cousins who are police officers. I'm gonna go in with the Makeup by Mario. I'm using shade 1C. Why not? I'm gonna just go ahead and put that all over the face. I love this foundation. I've used it several times before. It's actually what's on my sponge already. So I got into dispatching, and it's been quite a journey. It has just been so fulfilling, but at the time, or at sometimes, it can be very stressful, very, very stressful. Being a dispatcher, we get to hear the worst of the worst. Nobody calls 911 because they're having a good day. It's something that they teach us in our academy, and it's something that we follow through quite a bit, and it's something that we pass along to our trainees as well. Nobody calls 911 because they're having a good day. They don't call us just to say hi. Not if they have all their faculties. They don't anyway. Being a dispatcher, there was so much about it I thought was going to be different. I thought I was going to have constantly life-saving calls where I was going to constantly be, doing CPR. I thought it was going to be back-to-back gunshot wounds and all this other horrible stuff. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to get into this crazy career field that's going to be exhilarating and fun. Let me tell you about it. Most of the time, when you're sitting at your desk, you're not getting gunshot wounds. You're not getting break-ins to the houses. You're getting what we consider small things. But people out there, regular people who don't work in our industry, don't consider it to be too small. I'm going to be going in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Concealer. It's going to be in Magic Touch. I think that's the shade. Shade 1, Magic Touch Concealer. Most people who get into dispatching, if you've never done it before, there's a preconceived notion about what we do. Everybody thinks we do certain things to be like, they think we have crystal balls. If you're not a dispatcher and you call 911, we don't have a crystal ball. We don't have the ability to see you. There's some programs that are coming out soon where we can actually take control of someone's cell phone and their camera and see a situation. So that'll actually be helpful in situations like domestic violence, where someone is dealing with someone trying to just, I don't know, kill them, and they can't really talk. That'll be helpful in those situations. Personally, right now, my agency has the ability to use this technology. It's not required by my agency to use this technology just yet. Probably will move into that at some point, but right now it's not required. And the reason it's not required is because, of course, you get people who abuse the system. And if it was made public to go ahead and use this system, we would probably get a lot of those false calls. So currently, where I sit, I'm not using the program. Will I use the program if it's necessary? Absolutely. I do have it where I will launch it when I go to work. I don't always, because of the pure fact that there's some things I don't want to see. If I think it's absolutely necessary, will I launch the program? Yes, absolutely. There's no way that I would leave somebody so helpless to not be able to do something in their life. If I need to see you, I'm gonna see you. But of course I have to ask you first. There's no just us taking over your phones. It's not something that we're just allowed to do. You actually have to click links, so don't think that we're going to be coming in checking out your cameras or anything like that. I just used the Iconic London bronzer. It's a huge bronzer. I love it. It's in light bronze. I just wanted to add a little bit of color back to my cheeks. I'm going to use something that's new to me, but I don't think it's brand new. I think a lot of people have used it. It's the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop setting powder. I have this in light because, yeah. This has that little tub, I guess, in it. So you take off the powder thing and we'll get some of the powder in that. And I just want to use it under my eyes today. Let's grab my under eye brush. Where's my under eye brush? There it is. Don't ask me what brush I'm using because it's whatever it is. And I'm just gonna set under my eyes because I have a tendency to crease here, and this stuff is supposed to be really, really good. And do this eye here. And I like this. I mean, just as a first impression, I like this. I'm not using a lot at all, and it took away a lot of my under eye creasing already. So maybe, just maybe, I'll give it a shot for my whole face. Okay, so I don't know if I'm doing something wrong here. I'll probably have to reread the packaging. I'm just gonna set around my nose with my small under eye brush because, yeah, And then I will take my big brush and I'm gonna try here because I don't know if I'm doing something wrong, but it's not like really wanting to come up into this pan, and I didn't really read the packaging. Of course, it doesn't give you any kind of instructions whatsoever, so I'm just gonna try to get some product up here for my face, and we'll go in and set down as much as I possibly can. Again, I'm gonna have to go in and do this with it and shake it into the pan, and it doesn't really, I don't know if I turn it, if you'll be able to see, but it doesn't really come up into the bowl. It kind of sits right into those little like holes. So I don't know, probably doing it wrong. I am not in any way, shape, or form a makeup artist. I just like makeup. And new things like this are always a learning curve for anybody. So right now I'm just tapping the side to see if I can't get some in, but I really don't want to waste any product. I mean, it's a super inexpensive product, but who wants to waste it even if it's, you know, super inexpensive? So I go ahead and just use some of that. And I'm not doing much with my face today. I'm kind of in a rush. I actually have an appointment. My whole life, I've dealt with issues with my weight. My whole life, I have not been happy with how I look. I've never been diagnosed with anything like body dysmorphia or anything like that, because I never really took the time to actually look into that. But I probably do because I absolutely just hate the way I look. I hate it. I can do my makeup, I can put on a cute outfit, and I can feel good for a little while. I have tried many different things. I've gone to gyms. I even had a personal trainer. It just didn't work for me. It's not something that was, I have a problem staying motivated with things like going to the gym or pretty much doing anything that involves bettering myself. It's hard for me to keep going. I give up. I end up quitting. I'm gonna go in here with the Brow Stylist Defender by L'Oreal. I have it in taupe. And I'm just gonna do a little bit with my brows here. Not much, just fill them in a little. Doing makeup, when I discovered makeup, because it's been very recently for me that I discovered that I can do things with makeup that just make me feel good about me. They make me feel like I am pretty. It gives me that little bit of, hey, I'm happy with myself. But it's not an all-encompassing thing. So from like here up, I'm like, yay, happy girl. I can look good. I can do a thing. From here down, it's really hard. It's hard. It's been very hard all my life. And I grew up involved with a bunch of people who, if you weren't athletic, if you weren't super skinny, if you weren't the best of the best of the best, you were nothing. You were not good enough. And I was bullied for my weight. I was constantly harped on because of my weight, and everything was just absolutely god awful for me in that time in my life. And depression was real. Depression has always been real when it comes down to my body image, the image that I have of myself, and the image that I have believed to be a problem in my life. It's hard to talk about my body image because I don't like the way I look. I don't. I hate the way I look. I am going to be joining a system, they call it a system, that involves that there are these little drops that you take 3 times a day. And it's supposed to help regulate your metabolism. It's supposed to help balance your hormones. It's supposed to help do a whole bunch of stuff. And then you also do a non-invasive laser liposuction procedure. You do it twice a week. And basically what it is, and I've already done I've done 2 wraps. You go and you lay down and they wrap your body in these things, and they have like laser lights on them, and it's supposed to melt fat cells the way that it's done, and it felt good. It gets warm like a tanning bed. It doesn't change your skin color like a tanning bed does, obviously, because that's not the function that it does. But it smoothed out my skin quite a bit. I have cellulite. I'm a mom. I have cellulite. It's everywhere. I hate it. But just after 2 wraps, and now mind you, they weren't like back to back. It was like I did one week and one the next week. By the way, the blush that I just used is the Bloom Time Rose Powder Blush by Milani in shade 11. I absolutely love this. It's so pretty. It's just a little rose in the packet. And it's great. I love it. But it's super subtle. It's daytime. I'm not going to be going too crazy with it. Matter of fact, I'm going to go over with just the product that's left on this brush, my setting brush, and set it down just a little bit. All right, so next I'm going to go into my eyes. It's daytime. I'm not going anywhere except for to this appointment, and then I'm going to go bring Jason, my husband, lunch. So I'll just do some mascara on my lashes. Now, I don't do crazy things. You saw me curl my lashes, and my lashes don't hold a curl. They don't, but it does help when I go in with my mascara like this. And this is the new e.l.f. mascara, the Lash and Roll. But I'm just going in with the mascara to coat my lashes. I'm only gonna do 1 coat because that's really all my lashes need on this. And one thing that I've learned with mascara is, yeah, you can build this stuff up pretty big and it will go everywhere. I'm not gonna do my lower lashes just yet because I want to put on some eyeliner, and I'm gonna do a half line. I'm gonna use the No Budge retractable eyeliner. It's from e.l.f. I love e.l.f. stuff. It's super inexpensive and they make great stuff. I mean, it's just, why spend $30, $40, $50 on a product that you can go into e.l.f. with and spend, I don't remember how much this was. I think it was like $7 or $8. And it's user friendly. I love this stuff, I really do. It's not overpowering, it's not super pigmented. I do have a couple of those that are like really like, boom, it's black. And it stands out. But for a daytime look like this, where it's just like I'm going out to a meeting. I'm going out to see my husband at work, and we're not going out to dinner afterwards. The setting powder, I didn't take it all the way up to the lash line, so I am getting some creasing like right in here, which is fine because when I let my skin relax, it kind of hides it. So when I pull it down and I do this, yeah, I've got the creasing, but when I let it relax, I don't care. I'm not gonna harp on it just because I can see a little bit. And I always have one eye that looks better than the other. It's just how it is with me. I don't care. There's a lot of things that, like, I do this stuff because it makes me feel good, but am I gonna be a complete perfectionist with it? No. I do it because it makes me feel good. It makes me feel good about myself. It makes me have a little bit more of a, okay, I actually put some effort into today. I actually did something to make myself feel a little bit awake, alive. You know, not just I put on clothes and walked out the door. Do I have a lot of days where I just put on clothes and walk out the door? Absolutely. I do not do my makeup every single day. But I do get boxy charms, so I'll do a couple of unboxing videos. I'll do one for the March boxes when they come in, because March should be a 3-box month where you get the base, the luxe, and the premium. And so you'll get a whole bunch of really fun stuff in those. And for me, who's new to makeup, or for anybody who's new to makeup, or if you just don't want to spend a bunch of money on products, get it. It's fantastic. Matter of fact, what did I think no, nothing that I've used today have I gotten in my box. Oh, wait, no, I did. I got this in my box. I got the primer that I used in my box. And so far, I'm liking the way the primer sat on my skin. I'm actually not seeing a lot of texture in my skin like I usually do. Like, I mean, you can see that I've got texture. I don't use filters. I'm not going to use filters. I will never start using filters. So what you see is what you get. I do have a bunch of lights in front of me. So, you know, I mean, obviously, natural lighting doesn't look the same. Natural room lighting doesn't look the same. And it does have a difference to it. But this is where I'm at. I'm really cautious about using this e.l.f. lash on my lower lashes because of the fact that it is very pigmented and it's very heavy. Forgive me if you hear my dog behind me. She is allowed to be out and about, but she decided to go lay down in her kennel. I'm gonna go grab another liner. This I did get in my box, and I actually so loved it so much that I actually bought from Boxy's. Like, they have these sales throughout the month. I got this again, and this is the All Night Bender Black Extreme Lash Mascara from Rockins Cosmetics. And I love it. It's so subtle on the lashes, but it works absolutely amazing. It almost has the same kind of brush as the e.l.f. Lash and Roll, but it doesn't sit on the eyes the same way at all. As a matter of fact, it's so subtle that I like to use it on my lower lash line because it gives a little bit of color, but not much. So, I mean, I don't know how it's even coming up on camera, but I can see it, so that's all that matters to me. I have my little mirror down here that I can see because my actual vanity mirror is blocked by, well, you. All right, so I'm not doing anything on my eyes. I was gonna take a little bit of the bronzer that I used to contour my nose and put a little bit on my eye, but like I said, I'm just going out to go do some things. I'm not sure which lipstick I wanna go with. I think I might do this one. It's the e.l.f. It's the new e.l.f. O-Face lipstick, and this one is in the shade Standing Ovation. Let's see. I don't know. Do I love it? Yeah, I kind of do. So we're gonna stay with that. Now to just hold everything in place, I'm using the NYX Bear With Me setting prime, set, and refresh spray. This stuff is actually really, really good, and for the price point, you're not spending a lot of money. So I'm gonna take the same sponge that I did my concealer with, and I'm just gonna pat the setting spray in, bring it down my neck just a little. Set it all into place. And that's it. So as I go through this journey with these drops and this whole, you know, this whole process, I'll keep you updated. I will let you know how it goes. I will let you know how my ups and downs are, especially since it's supposed to be such a rapid program. It does say that anywhere between 25 and 45 up to 55 pounds in 9 weeks. I know that's not supposed to be absolutely healthy for you. However, the way that they have the program set up is you're not starving yourself. You're not. And so that's, to me, probably the best point to it, because like I said, I tried keto. I tried doing all that crazy crap, and it was just god awful. It was so bad. Just so bad. The foods that are allowed in this one are a lot more encompassing, so I'm kind of hoping that I'll be able to just keep up with it. I do have to cut out carbs. Or what did I get on my nose? Oh, what is going on my... So as I'm sitting here, this is just like sinking into my face, and I don't know if it's the primer's just not strong enough because it was that like roller. So I'm gonna see what I can do to try to fix that, because no ma'am, like we're not playing that game. We're gonna go ahead and I'm not adding any extra really additional product per se. It's just the same sponge that I used, and we'll touch up my nose just a little bit. It's like, hello texture, hello pores, hello everything. So I'm gonna say that this primer is gonna, because everything else that I've used, I've never had this problem with. So I'm gonna say this primer is gonna be what the problem was with the whole thing, because yeah, okay. So it looks like I did pull up some of my products, so we'll go back in and we'll add a little bit more to my nose here, just to tiniest little dot, and spread it around down here. The Makeup by Mario foundation does not do this, does not. My setting powder might also be a culprit. However, I didn't set up here. I didn't really bring that in there. You saw that. And I'm seeing like separation and texture. This spray doesn't do it either. So I'm trying to figure out like, wow, like how this is just falling apart so quickly. So this lipstick apparently transfers quite a bit. I'm gonna do the old technique that my grandma taught me a long, long time ago. I miss you, Nana. Just a quick wipe and done. It should simply have just taken off enough that's not gonna rub off on my teeth. Speaking of my teeth, let's be full disclosure here. My teeth are fake. My teeth are not my real teeth. I had very, 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 very bad decay in my teeth, to where the point of they were just crumbling out of my mouth. It was gross. But thanks to wonderful technology, I now have new teeth. And they are implant supported dentures. Okay, so this setting powder I just don't know if I didn't use enough of it. So I'm gonna try to go back in and set around my nose just a little bit more, I guess. Ooh, okay, that brought a lot of product in there. But I'm kind of trying to hope that I can get this right here to stay in place, please, before I walk out the door here. Okay. Clean up a little bit under there, and I'm mostly just trying to pat it in, because, you know, patting just places the product where you want it instead of dragging it all over the place. So I'm trying to pat it. We'll see, like, okay. Now I have product all over my hand, so we're just gonna pick it up off my hand with my brush. Okay, and we'll bring some of it up in here, because I was getting some pretty bad fallout. Ooh, excuse me, I was getting some pretty bad fallout up there. All right. Now that happened, I do want to go back in with the next, bear with me, setting spray, just because it is a refresher, and this seems to be relatively drying on my skin. And we'll just let that part air dry that I just reset on my nose and let it just set in on its own. All right. So, like I said, I will keep you updated on everything that happens with the weight loss. I will keep you updated on work. Like I said, I should be getting my first trainee within the next couple of weeks, because there's a call taker class that is coming out. In my agency, there's 3 different areas of practice. We have our call takers, we have our police dispatchers, and we have our fire and EMS dispatchers. And when you first get released from academy, you're straight on the phones. You don't touch the radios. This lipstick is killing my teeth. You don't touch the radios. Not for a while. So we get these brand new, scared to death trainees, because I remember how it was when I was a trainee. I was scared. You think you're gonna make every mistake under the sun, and you're horrified because you have lives in your hands. And you're I'm gonna mess it up. I'm gonna mess it up. I'm gonna mess it up. But that's why the CTO is there, to make these new incoming people feel like they're not alone. Because coming into our job, you never want to feel like you're alone. And my agency doesn't let that happen. Thankfully, I've heard some horror stories. My agency is amazing. They don't let anyone feel left out, alone. We are a very dysfunctionally functional family. Figure that one out. But no one feels like they're in it alone. And if they do, they shouldn't, because there's so many people in our agency who are there to be supportive and reach out for people, and to be, we actually even have a whole committee about it. It's a peer support committee, because our job is so stressful. Our job is traumatic. Our job can be so bad some days. We have bad days. We have really bad days. Me personally, my bad days, anything to do with kids. Like, it hurts my heart every time I hear something to do with a kid. But we handle it, and we have wonderful, like, we have the peer support. Our supervisors are great. There's so many people who just are there for you whenever you're struggling, and we are not alone. We have a wonderful program that is, they actually have counselors that we can talk to and all that stuff when we have the big bad ones. They also do like debriefings if we have really bad incidences and stuff like that. But there's never a moment where we don't have someone who can support us. But we do this because we know we're helping. We know we're making a difference. We know we are behind the front lines, offering that aid, offering that support. I will never not consider us the first responders. Police, fire, EMS, those guys are amazing. I will never down. I take that back. As a whole, I will never down police officers. I will never down fire or EMS or anything that they do. They are amazing, and they are first responders. The world cannot go round and round without all of us. It just can't. I would hate to see a world where we didn't have the 911 system, where we didn't have police or fire or EMS. I like the world I live in. Am I happy with everything that's going on in the world? No. Do I like the world I live in? Yes. Do I think I could make it way back when there was nothing? I don't want to. Could I? Yes. Do I want to? No. But big shout out to all of our first responders, including my dispatchers, my dispatch family. I love you all so much. And my police, I will always have your six. My fire and EMS, same thing. You guys are great, and I will always be the best dispatcher that I can be, and for you guys. So this video is a hodgepodge mess of emotion and topics, and it's just a general intro to me. I talk a lot, and you'll get to know that about me quite a bit, especially when I get on topics I'm really emotional about, or really passionate about, like my children, or like children in general. I've got some creasing on my eye up here that I'm just gonna pat down, and you know what, I'm probably just gonna take, in my drawer of drawers here, I have, this is by Item Beauty. It's In My Element. It's an eyeshadow palette. They have this really awesome Lunar Eclipse color right here. It's basically my skin color. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of that on a blender brush. This stuff is really powdery, and I'm just gonna pat that in on my eyelid and blend it in over my eyelid just to try to stop some of this creasing here that I keep seeing. But you see, it doesn't really change the color. It does brighten it up a little bit, but I didn't really want to do anything on my eyes today other than eyeliner and mascara. But I was sick and tired of closing my eyes and seeing all that creasage there. But it does mattify down the skin area around here, which is perfectly fine for me. Gets rid of some of that creasing. And I just realized as I'm looking in my other mirror that I am off. It is buildable even on this basic skin tone color. Brighten up around my eyes like I did with my concealer. It just makes me look a little bit more awake, a little more. And that be it. All right, guys, I'm gonna let you go. I will keep you updated on everything that is going to be done with this, and I've got to go make this appointment. It's at 2, and currently right now it's 1, and I don't want to be late because I hate being late, so I'll probably be sitting in the parking lot for a half an hour. But I'm gonna let the dog go to the bathroom before I lock her in her kennel and all that kind of good stuff, and then I'm gonna go. But the biggest thing that I'm going to say is for quick updates on this, because I'll do weekly updates for this, but on here. But for quick updates on this, join me over on TikTok, and you'll be able to see my day-to-day. The first 2 days of this program, they call it the loading phase. I have to consume in 3 meals and snacks and whatever it may be, 4,000 to 5,000 calories the first 2 days. I get to start that tomorrow and pray to God that I just don't get sick. I don't eat that much. It's not something that I usually do, but because I live a relatively sedentary lifestyle, I do have the problem of not losing the body weight. So we'll see if this helps. I'm hoping to use this as a kickstart. I have a wonderful tonal in my room. It's right over here, and I use it, but not as frequently as I should. I usually will start and end my videos with a cute little, I'm going 10-8 or I'm going 10-7, because that means on duty and off duty. But I'm just not going to do that with this one. I'm not feeling very quirky and quirky today with it. So I'm just going to let you guys go. And thank you for watching. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for being with me on my journey. And I will see you in my next video. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.